Hello, everyone, and welcome to this episode of Coffee with Carl. I am your host, as always, Carl Zoellner, one of the attorneys here with Anderson Business Advisors. And today I want to go over a question that came in. It's a little bit unique, but I think it offers some good teaching and clarification points that I help pass on sort of what we do. The question is as follows. I am looking to expand my C corporation to involve talent management. I'm looking into bringing a concert pianist from overseas to perform here in the U.S. How do I go about legally doing this? Sponsorship the artist through my C corp. Please advise. Okay, so let's start with sort of the broad issues first. Anderson and its attorneys do not handle immigration law. So some of this is going to be outside of the scope of what we do. But I can tell you sort of where I would look, or if I was trying to do this, how I would do it. So let's go through that. So number one, trying to expand your corporation. That's fine. Most times when we're putting entities together, we're going to file them anywhere possible for any legal purpose. Basically, not for this specific reason, but for this reason, in that the scope of your business can and is likely to change over time. So we want to give you as much flexibility as possible. Let's see. So how to sponsor the artist. Number one is you would have to, some of the relevant questions somebody's going to ask you is what country? Is it a country the U.S. is friendly with? Is it one that it's not? So I guess where I would start would be, number one, I would double check to make sure the corporation is set up for any legal purpose. Number two is I would look to say, you should probably reach out to a local immigration attorney because if you're going to get into what kind of visas does this person need or if they need visas, then that gets a bit more complex and we need to have somebody who specializes in that because you don't want somebody trying out the visa process, right? So that would sort of be the boxes I would start to tick. Once that visa process is started, it should be relatively straightforward. Once they're approved, they would come over. They would have to conform with the restrictions in the visa to remain compliant. But I think that gets you your best shot. The other thing I would look for is to see if there may be companies out there that sort of specialize in the how-to on these and might be worth giving them a call to see if they can give you some sort of basic introductory information on what this would take and what to expect from an expense standpoint. Because I imagine this could either be fairly straightforward or it could be very, very expensive. And you want to make sure when you're going through this process, like anything else, you've run your numbers to make sure it's still profitable to bring in this case, concert pianist over from another country. Because if it's going to cost you more than it's going to make you, then you can sort of leave if it's purely about the profit on this, then you can sort of leave the pianist behind and find somebody local. So yeah, that's the way I would look at that there. So I don't think there's anything too complex here. The tough part for us is we don't specialize in some of this area of law. So I can give you a bit broader advice on how to look about finding somebody who does. But at the end of the day, it's not going to be within specifically not within my wheelhouse because I don't do immigration law. It's not an area I found interesting or that I wanted to specialize in. So I don't have the specialized knowledge to take that part on as an attorney. And also as an attorney, I got to look out for what's in the best interest of my client. And me learning on the fly is not in the best interest of my client. Hopefully that was helpful. Like I said, it's not necessarily here's a question, here's an answer that's 100% on point. But I think it's good to note that there is not just question, 100% answer. These things fall in very gray areas a lot of times, just depending on what you're getting into. So we try to be upfront with everybody, try to, sort of tell you the way we would do it if it was us going about it, just because we do work with a lot of different attorneys. But yeah, we want to do what's best for y'all. So with that being said, that's our that's this episode of Coffee with Carl. So thank you all for joining me once again. As always, please keep taking advantage of all of our free content out there. Anderson puts out a ton of it. If you haven't been to one of our tax and asset protection classes recently, please join us. If you are an existing client and you haven't been to one of our structure implementation classes, please join that. Also, we have TaxWise, we have nonprofit classes. I mean, we're really focused on educating our clients so they can make informed decisions. So until next time, like I said, thanks for joining us again. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share with a friend, because we like to grow. I mean, obviously, we're here in business to grow our business as well. So we like the networking aspect. And like I said, we like giving away the education. So if you have a friend who would like or needs some education in these areas, help us give it away. So until next time, thanks everybody, and we will catch you on the next episode.